Trevor Lawrence is projected to go first. So
what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence. I know that there's the Clemson fans that's on right now. Where do you guys think Trevor Lawrence is going?
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.
All right, welcome to the YMANation podcast, episode number 43.
43, guys.
Man, 43. Ready to get to like 50.
To like 50. We're not that far away.
We're not that far away, guys. If you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and
subscribe.
What's the most important one?
Subscribe.
You heard her. You got
to do it.
Subscribe. Let's go. Let's go. Make sure you hashtag down in the comment section, hashtag YMANation, to make sure that you go into our drawing at the end of February where you'll be able to win cash prizes. The only thing you have to do is hashtag YMANation.
And we have a lot of followers and not a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Because like when the same people, like they win. And yeah, it's good. So guys, I'm Joe Wallace and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
I almost forgot who I was. No, I didn't.
That's what kind of day it's been, huh?
Oh man, it's been a day.
Every day is crazy, huh?
Yes. Yeah. I love it though. You have to love it. Busy. So today is Friday football. Your favorite episode? Well, outside of Real Estate Wednesday, right? What? That's your show.
It's my show.
So let's talk football. You guys know on Friday football, I could kind of just like kick back.
Here he goes, guys.
I could kick back because, this is the sports guru right here.
I wouldn't say guru.
Let's give her a round of applause.
I like football. What's crazy is I know it's Friday football, but a lot of the basketball games that got canceled due to the bad weather that happened at the beginning of the week, a lot of the basketball games are getting canceled.
Right.
Due to the ice storm and winter storms across. So, our thoughts are with those people.
I was, and I know this outside of football, I was texting my cousin on the drive up here, and they just got power back. He's in Texas.
Wow.
And they just got power back. So they've been out of power for 3 days. Can you imagine? It's like 5 degrees or lower, and you have no power in your home.
Yeah.
I'll be wrapped up.
Yeah. So, football. A lot of football news, some old, some new, and I got a good topic for us to talk about.
Okay.
Because we had touched on a little bit a few weeks ago about all the coaching changes going on.
Yes.
So I said it was going to be an interesting offseason with all of the coaching changes. So it's continued to happen.
You have to expect it.
Have to expect it. So Trevor Lawrence had the shoulder surgery on his non-throwing shoulder due to a torn ligament or something in there.
Yeah, it was a weird name for it. I looked at that too. I was like, I never heard of that.
Labrum.
Something.
Labrum. Yeah. But he tweeted out that everything went good. He's ready to get into rehab. I'm really interested to see exactly what's going to happen with the draft. I'm so ready for the draft.
They said that the way it looks right now, he's going to the Jaguars.
That's what they're saying. I don't think Urban Meyer's going to take him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that's all online right now of like he's going to the Jaguars right now.
Well, that's because they have the first pick and he's projected to go first.
Right.
I mean, that's really what the projection's been before they even hired Urban Meyer was the Jaguars had the first pick. They need a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is projected to go first. So
what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence. I know that there's the Clemson fans that's on right now. Where do you guys think Trevor Lawrence is going?
We shall see. There's still a lot of moving pieces and trades going on and picks. You're going to have that flow for the next couple, month and a half of 2 months until the draft happens. And, then you kind of gauge everything after everything kind of settles and the draft is actually happening.
Right. I know he just had his surgery on Tuesday, but they're saying that he's expected to be at 100% by training camp.
Yeah. So good news there that he is recovering well. He's doing good.
This is my first time. I didn't know that this problem in this shoulder has been ongoing for years. Did you know that?
I didn't
either. Like it just came out, and they probably didn't want to put it out there. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're targeted. Yeah.
Go for his shoulder.
Go for his shoulder.
The non-throwing one.
Yeah. So, interesting coaching news. So this is a little bit old news, but we're going to cover it because we haven't talked about it because we were talking about Super Bowl and all that good stuff. So Clemson increases Tony Elliott, which is the offensive coordinator, his pay. He's at $2 million.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
With a contract extension through 2026.
Ooh, $2 million a year.
Hey, people, let me tell you, that's why when all these people get on all of these boards talking about the Clemson, like Venables is going to leave and Elliott's going to leave. And I mean, sometimes you kind of project that your coordinators are going to move on to like head coaching positions.
Right.
But the Clemson pay is so competitive. Like Dabo will even take out of his pay to pay his coordinators well, especially if he knows they're valuable, and wants them to stay long term. Because I feel like Dabo's going to be there for a while.
Out of his own pay?
Well, not like, but he may take a pay decrease.
Oh, okay, to make sure that everyone is
paid fairly. Mm-hmm.
Man, I think I would do that for you. I'll take a pay decrease and make sure you pay fairly.
That's awesome. Thanks.
I mean, I have to think about it. I have to contemplate. It may take me like a while. And I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
So, but seriously, that's why you have the retention of the staff,
right?
Because I put this down. We're going to get to it though when we're talking about the coaching carousel.
Okay.
And coaches moving to different schools and all of that. So I'll add this. So C.J. Spiller, which is a former running back for Clemson,
yep, they
hired him on as a coaching assistant, as an assistant coach.
At Clemson. Wow.
Y'all.
Wow.
So, listen.
I'm going to jump in. You were just talking about maybe last month about how that team take care of their previous players.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's more teams out there that do it, but that's impressive.
So, and they also are putting him on the recruiting, like at helping to recruit, right, because he has the knowledge of the program. I mean, he was in the program, so he has the knowledge of the program and exactly what the program offers. And so why not have him as, to help recruit, because he's talking from firsthand experience.
Right.
How smart.
Yeah.
How smart is that? How smart.
Especially like a top player, and then bring them back and put them in a key spot like that.
Yeah, because he was helping with commentating on the sports network, like the pregame show this past season.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, always keeping those players in the program and engaged.
Yeah.
Even after their NFL careers or
that's
whatever.
Good. Yeah. It's such a great thing to see, like, if you're doing something that you love and it just like keeps going over, it like keep feeding back into you, and you just enjoy that for years on top of years.
And that's what I try to explain to my son as well, is if you can get into a program like that it doesn't just end when your college career ends.
Right. Yeah.
Like, even if you don't make it to the NFL, there's been other players that haven't made it to the NFL that got into commentating. Look at Eric McLean. He's on the ACC network now. And he started just doing, some commentating for Clemson and the Clemson Sports Network, and now he's on the ACC Network.
Getting paid. Getting paid.
So, I mean, it all started within that, you know, and other schools may do it too. I'm just more familiar with Clemson.
Right, because in the area.
Right. So that's awesome. Another piece of news: Oregon's starting quarterback is entering the transfer portal. So be interesting to see where he ends up.
What's his strategy?
I don't know. I know that I was reading the article, and the article stated that he was starting for the beginning portion of the year, but you know, Oregon had that decreased season due to the COVID. But then he was sharing time with the second string quarterback at the end of the year. So I'm guessing the second string quarterback will take over the starting position. And, you know, maybe he felt like his position was in jeopardy because they were sharing time, or that they couldn't just make a decision to start him. You know. So maybe he feels like he'll have a more secure position at another team.
Somebody did that from Clemson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to play in Canada now.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was reading an article. I have to get the information on where he's going, but I think the article I've read is that he was going to Canada, a Canadian league to play.
Oh, tell them who you're talking about. They probably like, who
Kelly
they talking
Bryant.
about? Yeah. They probably like,
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
We should talk about that next Friday.
Yeah, I have to dig up some information on that situation and what's going on. So
Canada.
Football never stops. I tried to tell y'all, football never stops.
Yeah, you could play in Canada. You could play in the overseas leagues. So
yeah, just like basketball. I mean, a lot of players that don't play in the NFL or play overseas
and
or the
NBA,
WNBA.
yeah, they go over into the
Yeah, they go overseas and play. So Gus Malzahn, former head coach of Auburn, gets hired at UCF as the head coach.
Auburn. Yep.
He got fired from Auburn, and now he just got hired at UCF as the head coach.
And got a payout of $21.45 million. Hold on. So I'm kind of we're going to fire you, dude. You're out of here.
No.
Here goes $21 million. So
that's his buyout of his contract.
I get that, but so if you
I'm in the wrong line of work. I'm going into football coaching. I've made my decision. I think that the businesses can operate without me. If I just go, I mean, if I could get paid $20 million to get fired, I could do it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I got it. Any coaching positions out there that's hiring, I'm telling you. I could be the first woman head coach.
There you go.
I mean, look.
And she gave herself a round of applause. yeah. Hey, you know, I always say if you could dream it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
So I'm
gonna put that on my board, y'all.
On her dream board.
That's right. Because look, $20 million he got paid out for being fired because you just sucked at your job. And
well, so he went 8 seasons with Auburn. and went 68 wins, 35 losses. I don't know, cause like that's like 6, not horrible, but that's like you kind of like got to average it, maybe like a 10-5 record.
This is my thought process.
Okay,
you're at Auburn. Number one, it's an SEC school. Number two, you're right in the South. You're in the mix of recruiting. It's not hard to recruit for that school, right? Yes, you're competing against other schools, but Auburn is still like the Alabamas, maybe not as high as them, but that's like their top competitor, right?
Right.
Alabama's, Georgia's, Auburn's.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is if you can't take the prime talent that you're getting at Auburn and convert that to wins against those other schools that you're recruiting against and getting the same type of talent, then how are you going to go to UCF, which isn't going to have the same recruiting as Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, those schools, and do anything with the talent at that school?
I guess you have to look at the competition. Like, who are they playing? Like, are they, like, if you see their schedule, do they have like hard teams that they're playing?
It doesn't matter. If you do not know how to take talent and produce wins, it doesn't matter what school you're at. You have to be able to take what talent you have and grow that talent and put them in a position to win.
I guess it depends on, from my perspective, the level of the competition. Because I'm saying, like, right now, if our coach, say for Clemson, and say, well, okay, I'm not going to say Clemson, who say our coach for South Carolina, the Gamecocks.
Right.
And, like, they're not bad, but they're not, like, great. But, so you say, okay, you know what, Joe, your team is not like outstanding team, but you okay. And if you take me and I go and coach a team for a league like maybe like sixth graders, like what do they call that league?
Little league, Pee-wee
league. Like, I got a skill set of up here and coming down and training like these kids on this level.
UCF is still competing at a high level.
That's what I said. Depends on the level of competition.
Right. I mean, they're still competing on a high level. I mean, they're like, just a couple of years ago, we're saying that they should have been in the playoff because they had an undefeated season. But they did say their strength of schedule wasn't strong enough. But I'm just saying, if you have less talented players that you have to grow, and you couldn't grow the more talented players that you had to win ball games, then it's going to equal the same result.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Manny Diaz is a good coach for the Hurricanes. I can't compare him to like the head coach for Clemson. I can't compare him to the head coach for Alabama, but he's a good coach. If I was to take him and put him in a league like I don't know, Canada maybe, where it's not as fierce, he may do well over there. She's just staring like, oh, I don't think so. What's your feedback, guys?
He's a good coach because he's getting better recruits at Miami, so he has better talent to work with. So if you look at when Mark Richt was in Miami and couldn't do anything, and it was going downhill, right? And I told you that hire was horrible because he was in Georgia where he was getting better talent fed to him, which was a better school than Miami. And then he got fired at Georgia because he couldn't take Georgia past the level where they were. And then you bring him to Miami where you're getting less highly recruited players than Georgia is getting, and then you want him to produce that into a better team.
On a Georgia level, though.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
On a Georgia level, because if you look at the competition that Miami is playing, they're still playing teams like Georgia, though. So the competition is still on that same level.
Not statistically.
Okay. We'll be here, like the whole clock will run out, and you'll be still trying to debate on.
I'm telling you. Comment what your thoughts are. I'm just saying. I don't think, and this is how do the same coaches that get fired from these schools for not performing just get hired at a different school?
If the competition is not going to be the same, I don't say that they're going to go to that school and not be able to perform at all. I don't think so. But we'll see, though. You know,
we'll see.
Time tells all.
It does. I've been right about a lot of coaching hires, so I feel like that I say South Carolina made a bad coaching decision.
Oh, I'm not defending him. Hold on. So I'm not defending him. I'm just I'm debating your logic, though, not on him, but the overall scenario that if you take a coach and just put that's not performing on a high level with a high level team and put him at a school that's here and the competition level decreases from here down to here, that he should be able to perform okay on that level. If he couldn't, I'm not saying he's going to come here and bring his team up here where they're playing against a Alabama level team and win. That's not what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I got some good information though, because she wants to. She was about to respond. No, because if you put him,
I gave you an example. So
okay,
I'll give you another one. Whatever.
Huh?
It's okay. Go ahead and give me your information.
No. Let's keep going through your. Oh, she
you
gotta pull it up.
You got
coaches,
information.
come
Go
on.
ahead.
No, because it's your assignment to talk about the coaches.
No,
so
you said you had information. Go ahead.
I don't mind just a copy of yours.
He said. So there's been a lot of coaching hires. So Texas hired Steve Sarkisian.
Okay.
So we'll see how he does there. And that's actually what I was going to talk about. Was the Texas coach that went from Texas. I think he went to Arizona maybe. So I was going to give you an example of what I was talking about, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so Texas hires a new coach. Auburn, of course, fired Gus Malzahn. They hired a new coach, Brian Harsin. Illinois hired a new coach, Brett Bielema. Utah State hires a new coach. I told you it was a coaching carousel. Boise State hired a new head coach. Vanderbilt hired a new head coach. Why? Because Vanderbilt's not performing. In the SEC, Arkansas State, they got Butch Jones. He was at Tennessee. Not performing at Tennessee. So this will be good. He went to Tennessee. He had top recruiting classes. Didn't do anything with them. And so now he's gone to Arkansas State as the head coach. So let's see how he does there, because that's going to be less competition. I'm going to put a star by this.
Perfect example.
Then Marshall, Tennessee got a new coach. Like I just said, this is what I was talking about. So the coaches just go to different schools. So if I get fired from one school, then I could just go to another school and get hired.
There's a lot of occupations out there that like that. Like people get fired as a vice president and go and be a VP somewhere else. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. No, that's the reality.
Then Arizona, they hired a new head coach. And, of course, University of South Carolina we talked about.
Notre Dame. Let's talk about Notre Dame.
What you got for Notre Dame?
Brian Polian is now the associate head coach there. So he got a promotion, which obviously is a pay raise. And if you look at them, so this would be a good example because Notre Dame in a Rose Bowl played against Alabama. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do there. But they brought him on as an associate head coach to help with implementing like the game day decisions. So that should be interesting. And then the Indiana Hoosiers put on DeLon McCullough. And, you know, he came from Kansas City Chiefs. So I got an interesting story about him since Kansas City Chiefs went 14-2 and made it to the Super Bowl. DeLon actually coached at Indiana for 6 years and then went to Kansas City and then came back. So, you know, he actually got like a love for the team.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing where, you know, he's able to come back to like the hub of where he started. But he did a great job with Kansas City. You know, if you look at the years he was there in 2018, Kansas City went 12-4, 2019, 12-4, and then 2020, 14-2. Mm-hmm. So, and then you take someone on from such a prestigious team and bring them down to a college level. You just think that he's going to go there and like really be able to develop those players.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the associate head coach and running back coach. All right. Before we end, I got something off topic, but it's still talking about college football.
What you got?
You ready? You guys ready? So EA Sports, you know, EA Sports, they make the games. They announced that they are going to return the game, college football.
Yeah, that came out when like
December. They made the announcement.
Yeah.
But it's like all over the news right now where it's like it's starting to trend because everybody thought it was going to be out for 2021. They announced that it's not going to be out in 2021. So hopefully it'll be out in 2022 for all you football players who like to play the games.
Oh, Lord.
Video games.
Not the video games.
But the game.
Go play real football.
They canceled the game back in 2013. So it's been like 8 years since the game has been out. So they're going to bring it back.
And hey, y'all, don't forget there's football this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. Southern Conference is playing. They're going to be featured on ESPN Plus.
Okay,
so you can watch the games, ESPN Plus, tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. There's some pretty decent games coming on, so that'll be fun.
Make sure y'all football fans, make sure y'all tune in.
Yep, and we'll be able to talk about scores next week.
We'll talk about the scores next week.
Yeah.
See how the outcomes are. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for YMANation podcast episode number 43.
43.
Do it again.
I couldn't do it.
Can you do both 43?
Yeah, because I got confused first
Oh,
time.
can you do like the 4 and the 3 like that?
Oh, my gosh.
No, cause we can actually use that for the thumbnail.
What?
Yeah, the 4-3. Or the 4-3. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe.
This is fun.
It
Y'all
was.
come. Fridays are our fun days.
Yes,
so.
yes. But make sure you subscribe and hashtag YMANation down in the comment section. Give some feedback. Down in the comment section of your thoughts or everything that we talked about during the show today.
Yep.
And we will see you guys on Monday for Wealth Building Monday.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.